Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Mount Carmel Area High School Red Tornado football. Tonight, the third game of the Heartland Conference finds the Red Tornadoes back home in the friendly, albeit soggy, confines of the Silver Bowl. Of course, it has rained the entire day here, start to finish. It is pouring rain right now as the teams are starting to come out onto the field. So this promises to be a very wet, muddy, soggy affair for both teams as they take the field tonight. The field in excellent condition, of course, as you all know, living around here. It has been a very dry season, so the field can take a lot more water, but it is going to be soggy out here for both teams. The Red Tornadoes come into the contest tonight 2-0 off a big win against their arch rival, the Shamokin Area Indians, in the Cold Bucket game last week. The Braves come in here 0-2. Lost last week, but really the heartbreaker the week before was the overtime loss,
Yes.
the Warrior Run, where they were leading in the game and ended up losing in overtime. So they were kind of snake bit so far this season, and we'll see what they bring to the table. They, of course, under a new head coach, and a head coach that people in Mount Carmel area, Wayne, will remember. His name is Sam Stroh, and he coached the Line Mountain team that beat us in the District 4 playoffs down at Line Mountain that year.
Yep, running the old polecat and spreading everybody out, but he had a great quarterback at that point in time that could run the option play with the best of them. We take a look at the Shikellamy team across the way, and let me tell you what, this has to be one of the biggest teams I've seen coming out of Shikellamy in quite a few years. Size-wise, these are some big boys over there. It's rebuilding for them. We knew that coming in. After coach was retired last year. And get a new coach. So it's going to take some time for them to step up into this league, the Heartland Conference League, and really show what they can do. But when you go under a new regime and new plays and new system and everything, it takes a couple of years to straighten everything out.
Well, and again, the Shikellamy team, again, have a tough many years.
Yes,
they have struggled to get off the schneid here and actually have a winning season, so it's been very tough for them. But Coach Stroh breathing new life into them. And I'll say one thing about size. You're right. They're not only a very big team, but they're also in numbers once and again. And we had talked about that last year, how little bit of numbers they actually brought into the game as far as, and it's a AAA school. It's a fairly big school district. So it's good to see that program is reviving itself a little bit. And he talked a little bit about it even in the papers in the past 2 days about getting him in the weight room and building the program up from the right way. And so he knows how to do it. So it won't be very long before they're going to be a real contender. And I'm not taking them lightly tonight. They are a ground attack group. They've only thrown the ball 18 times the whole season. So this weather is tailor-made for the Braves. They're going to come out of that option veer.
Yes.
Last year it was basically one guy, one fullback running in the middle. Now you'll see them a little bit more diversified as far as where they run at. They still don't throw a whole lot, but they will run at a lot of different sets this year. And again, that's much like you would remember them at that playoff game with Line Mountain. And you're right, he brought the lonesome polecat out for crying out loud. So he does it all on offense. So it'll be an interesting game for the Red Tornado defense, and a Red Tornado defense that has started the season absolutely as good as you can get. I mean, they've had two absolute great games behind them right now. And the offense, well, prolific, as Coach Brennan keeps saying, they just need to get more consistency.
Yes.
But I'll tell you what, I wouldn't want to beat the other team when they get all the consistency that they got going there.
Looking at the two games, Sealy's Grove, the emotional game. The Tornadoes won at that game in the worst way, especially coming off the end of the season last year, of course. You lose to them, and then you come back here at the beginning of this season, and they truly wanted to win that game. So, the question was up in the air, was it that much of an emotional game or what? But the way the kids played, you sort of thought twice about that. But coming off of the Shamokin game last week, this team is for real.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they bring everything to the field. We have a lot of depth that people don't know. Don't realize that we haven't had that in the last couple of years. And we have some freshmen stepping in that's going to relieve our halfbacks or our tailbacks, and it's going to go a long way towards the playoffs there.
Yeah. Now the Braves, if you're looking for some incentive here for the Braves, of course, they're coming off a 61-0 pounding from the Red Tornadoes last year, which was, as you related, retribution for the upset loss the year before, the shutout 8-0 loss down at Shikellamy. So these teams have some history, obviously, and they both remember very well all the things that have happened to them. So it'll be very interesting to see how the Braves react here tonight in the Silver Bowl. They are going to receive the kickoff to start the football game. Colin Menepace, 88, will be kicking off, and down deep down there for the Shikellamy Braves is number 7, Tyson Bly, and number 27, and that's Sam Thomas. So they'll be the deep guys. Now they just changed position now with number 7, Bly, closest to us here in the booth, as Colin says, I'm ready, and he's going to let it rip, and he does, and we're underway. And it's a squib kick way up in the air, and it's going to be taken down there by number 40, and that's T.J. Herzog as he recovers the ball. A very short kick for the Red Tornadoes, and he'll recover the ball at the Braves 39-yard line.
Again, that's the conditions of the field. It is wet. Setting up the defense for the Tornadoes, left end, number 89, Quinn McCracken. Left tackle, number 60, Chris Steck. Nose guard, 74, Kyle Savitsky. Right tackle, 50, James Goins. The right end, number 65, Trevor Demko. Left linebacker, number 6, Justin Kalokas. The right linebacker, number 42, Sean McCullum. The left cornerback, number 2, Jared Morgan. Right cornerback, number 1, Matt Kovaleski. Free safety, 29, Kevin Demko. And the strong safety, number 9, Matt Morose.
Handoff into the middle of the line, a gain of about a yard in the play to start the offensive series. Interestingly enough, the Braves have started with a different quarterback than we had thought we were going to see, and Garrett Pope, number 3, opens the game up. Pope, a sophomore. So a little bit of a change from what we understood we would see. We were supposed to see, we thought, number 1, Neff start the game, but it is number 3, Pope. He's in an I formation, the same as he was the play before. And it's a straight I right now. And again, he hands it to the tailback. The tailback has some room this time, and he'll take it up to the Shikellamy 45-yard line. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 4 now for the Braves. And they are going to run, and then run some more at you. That's what they do. They run the ball at you. In the backfield currently, number 40, T.J. Herzog, and 40, I'm trying to see. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Is that number 1 in the back there? I can't see his number. We'll see who the tailback's actually coming out at. That might be 1. That's 7. Okay. No gain on the play as Steck sacks the play up. It's 4th down now. But that was number 7. I'm sorry, 7. And that's Tyson Bly in the tailback spot. So a little bit different from what we were looking for. But it's going to be Herzog now. Looks like Herzog 40 in front of Bly in that backfield with Pope as the quarterback. And right now it means nothing because they're going to punt. So the Red Tornado defense holds at the Shikellamy 45-yard line, and they'll go back in the punt formation.
Myrick Nalam, number 24, back for the Tornadoes, and Matt Morose, number 9. Matt had an excellent game last week on special team returns, and I think really set the tone of the game, especially in the second half.
Nice kick by the punter, 33, to Dario. He drives Myrick Lamb all the way back to the 15-yard line. Lamb sees the setup. He gets a block from Morose. He's on the Red Tornado sideline, and he's skirting the sideline, and he's still on his feet and goes out of bounds up at the Red Tornado 40. Oh, okay, he stepped out a little bit. So 41-yard line, 1st and 10, Red Tornadoes.
You have to remember that Lamb is a freshman. This kid is quick on his feet. He's quick laterally. We seen him in Shamokin last week in the tailback position, and really makes quick movements to the hash mark to get around the end.
Yeah, the Red Tornadoes come out in an I. They've got Demetrius in front of Pulowski. 2 guys out to Wasilewski's right. That's Kovaleski and Morose. There was an official timeout on the field here. They were trying to dry the ball, I guess. It is still raining very heavily here tonight. And it hasn't slowed down at all, in fact, all day. It continues to rain heavy as Wasilewski goes under center for the first offensive play. And it's Pulowski with a great block from Demetrius. And Pulowski into Shikellamy territory, down to Shikellamy 48-yard line.
Setting up the offense for the Tornadoes. The left tackle, number 14, Trevor Demko. Left guard, 66, Kyle Higgins. The center, number 60, Chris Steck. The right guard, number 50, James Goins. The right tackle, number 70, Zach Lutz. The tight end, number 88, Colin Menepace. The quarterback, number 7, Marcus Wasilewski. The split end, number 9, Matt Morose. The slot, number 1, Matt Kovaleski. The tailback, 21, Justin Pulowski. And the fullback, number 28, Julius Demetrius.
Wasilewski on the first play of the first down throws it a little bit high for Morose, and he couldn't hold on. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Pulowski had a first down run on the first play from scrimmage for the Red Tornadoes. The Red Tornadoes, despite the rain, come out and throw the ball right away. And I was not thinking they wouldn't, quite frankly. That's what they're going to do. They go into a one-back formation now. Get two guys split out to the right, one left here to the short side. That's Morose. But it's going to be Demetrius. And Demetrius is tackled very quickly there by number 59. And that's Nolan Blackwell for the Braves. He brings Demetrius down after 1 yard gain. It's 3rd and 9.
The Shikellamy Braves are staying in the 4-4 man-to-man coverage on the outside to the wide side of the field. You'll see a lot more movement, shooting the gaps here, opening up some areas for the linebackers to come through.
Yeah, the Red Tornadoes come out. They'll have Washaleski under center here. On this 3rd and 9, you got an I formation with Demetrius in front of Pulowski. Everybody out to the right side of the formation. It looks like we're going to throw the ball, and we do to Kovaleski. Kovaleski catches the ball, and he goes out of bounds, picks up the first down at the Shikellamy Brave 35-yard line. 1st and 10, Red Tornadoes.
Covered by number 12, Brian Wallace, for the Shikellamy Braves. But that's a nice little pass from Matt Kovaleski. He runs that to perfection. Little swing pass to the outside, gets himself in front of the defender, catches the ball, and picks up some extra yardage.
We go into a formation where everybody's out to the left. We're going to pitch it to the lone back, which is Demetrius, and Demetrius tripped up on a great play from the Braves. The player that made the play is down on the field, and he is hurt, but he made a nice play, and I'm thinking his number is number 12 down there. Looks like Brian Wallace on the field for the Braves, but he was the guy that made the nice play right at the line of scrimmage. Actually, it's going to bring up a 2nd down and 10. There's no gain on the play. I want to welcome everybody tonight to the webcast. Of course, we are webcasting in tonight, so all of you in those far-flung places around the world are catching Mount Carmel area high school football on your web. We appreciate you listening in to us, and I hope you enjoy the game tonight. And no matter what else you're doing, you're going to be a lot drier than we are here as we do this game tonight.
Quack. 3rd week in a row we have rain, and I'll tell you what, when I look at the extended forecast through next week, it's supposed to rain every day, including Friday of next week. Yeah. So it looks like a season. You know, we skirted the rain the last 2 years. It was so nice, especially at the beginning of the season. The weather, it held up, and I think we're paying for it this year.
Yeah, it looks like it. It's been ugly. And tonight it just started raining early this morning, and it has never let up once, and it continues to really rain hard here. There's 8:35 remaining here in the first period of play. No score, of course. The Red Tornadoes, that is number 12, as I talked about on the field. Brian Wallace, he's at 6'1", 180-pound junior for the Braves. And they got him in the sitting position now, so they look like they're going to get him up soon and get him out. But he did make a nice play to bring Demetrius down.
Yeah, Demetrius had some blockers out in front of him, that's for sure.
Yeah.
He would have picked up some yardage, and he just laid himself out there to make that tackle.
Yeah, he took a helmet, a knee to the helmet. Yeah. That's what really got him at the last moment there. So again, a lull here in the game, folks, as we wait for the injured player from Shikellamy. And he was injured pretty badly, apparently, as he continues to remain on the turf here with everybody out, even Doc Greco from our side. And I believe it's Steven Starr went out there and helped out with the player right now on the he's just sitting. That's a good sign, though. He's sitting up right now. He's not laying down anymore. So we hope the best for young Mr. Wallace. And they are going to get him up now, and he is up. And they're going to get their way to the Shikellamy sideline. We hope the best for him and hope we see him again. Despite as many people standing around him, he does look like he's alert and ready to go there. So
what had happened? When he went in, there were two blockers that hit him simultaneously, and he did take a knee to the helmet, and the helmet did come off, and you know how tightly they fit with the chin guard and everything, and you know, when that comes off, it's taken some parts with it, and I think he got caught in the face there a little bit.
All right, so he gets off under his own power now. That's good to see. and said we wish him a lot of luck, and we hope he can get back into the game for the end of the game here tonight. The Red Tornadoes now take back on the ball here at 2nd and 10 from the 35-yard line of the Braves. And now it is DeMarco, number 26, in that fullback spot. And he'll block for Demetrius, and Demetrius running hard. And Demetrius won't go down as he goes inside the 30 down to the Brave 27-yard line. He'll pick up 8 yards on the play. It'll bring up 3rd down and 2.
Demetrius is going to be deadly when he relaxes a little bit, carrying that ball through. He, all season, since the beginning of the season, he's double arm covering going through the line. He relaxes a little bit and looks downfield and gets some vision. I think he's going to hurt some people.
Okay, 3rd down now. We go into a one-back formation. Everybody is out to the short side, the left side of the field. But now Pulowski in motion, but it's a quick handoff to Demetrius, and Demetrius has the 1st down, and in fact would have had more yardage, but he runs into the referee. The referee is hit by 2 or 3 guys. We hope he's okay, as he went down hard. He went down hard. He got sandwiched between three different people there. But it's a 1st down for the Red Tornadoes down at the Brave 18-yard line.
Some great blocking on the left side of the line. Trevor Demko, number 14, the left guard over there. Kyle Higgins opened up a huge hole along with Steck at the center. And Demetrius just walked through and broke off to his left that time.
Tell you what, the referee, if there's one muddy spot in this field, he fell in it. His whole uniform's a mess down there. All right, Washlewski under center. He puts Pulowski in motion the other way. This time he pitches to Pulowski, and Pulowski's trying to find some room on the edge. Makes a nice nifty move there, and he'll go out of bounds at the 5-yard line. And I believe they touched his face mask.
I do believe. Pulowski, he makes a beautiful cut right in between 2 blockers, and that picked him up an extra 7 yards that time.
We'll see what the call is. Now, Pulowski was the only Red Tornado down there, so it has to go against the Braves, and it's
holding.
It's holding. I mean, it had to be upfield from where he threw the flag because there was no Red Tornado down there. So a big holding play negates the Pulowski run down to the 5-yard line. They're going to mark it off from the 5-yard line. So it'll take the ball back out to the 16-yard line or so where they set it down right there. So it's actually going to be 1st. Because of the way it was set up, it's going to be 1st and 9, not 1st and 10, but 1st and 9 now from the 16-yard line for the Red Tornadoes as they knock on the Braves' door here. 7:34 remaining in the 1st quarter. This time we go back to the eye. This time Demetrius in front of DeMarco, and we have a flag down on the very far side of the field here.
Laundry's out early tonight, isn't it?
Call's going to go against the Red Tornadoes. It's going to be a dead ball foul, and it's going to be offside. You don't see that very often on the offense, but an offside, not motion or anything, but an offside call. And it goes back 5 yards, and now it's going to be 1st down and 14. We've had a lot of movement here, but we haven't gone anywhere here in the last couple of minutes.
And the movement is not on our own accord either.
No. All right, I formation once again. Everybody out to the right side of the formation. They're split wide in this formation, but it's DeMarco. DeMarco finds himself a little bit of a seam. DeMarco made a great move, and DeMarco takes it in for the touchdown. Touchdown, Red Tornadoes. A 21-yard run by number 26 for the Red Tornadoes. And that is, of course, Dave DeMarco.
2 Braves standing there on about the 7-yard line. I don't know whether they thought.
I don't know how the one guy missed him. He was set perfectly up to. He was on the sideline. He turned to him, and Dave somehow got right past him there, 1 step past him. So the Red Tornadoes on the scoreboard at 6-0. We have Colin Menepace, number 88, going in to attempt the extra point. And there you see the replay.
There's
right
the replay.
There.
Yep.
You saw the 2 guys he split there. I don't know how. Again, it might have been how short he is.
Yep.
They weren't down far enough to get him down. Center snap is back. Morose holds it up, and Colin punches it through. And it is 7-0 Red Tornadoes here at the 7:25 mark of the 1st quarter here at the rain-soaked Silver Bowl. So an early score by the Red Tornadoes, something the Braves did not want to happen. No. And this is unfortunately part of the Braves' problem now, and in the kind of offense they're running, it's a rainy day. They don't throw that often anyway. Getting behind by a couple of scores is going to be very difficult to come back from the way their offense is set up. They're more of a control offense.
Control, grind them out.
So it'll be interesting to see what Coach Strode decides to do. We do not know that much about the quarterback, Pope. We really don't. So I don't know if he's been in and out of games in the last 2 weeks or not. I do know that with only 18 passes in the both games combined, that they're not going to be throwing the ball all over the place, and especially in these conditions. So Menepace tees it up here. The Braves come out and get ready to receive the ball. And they'll put number 33 down deep for them this time, and that's Cody Dodaro. And number 7, Tyson Bly. They're the deep guys. Dodaro closest to us on the field, as Menepace indicates that he is ready to rip. This time he lays a deep one, and it is, I mean, right over their heads into the end zone. So he kicks the ball into the end zone, and it's a touchback. And he was making up for that short kick on the first one, that's for sure. So a great kick by Menepace, and the Braves will take over 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Pope once again coming into the lineup. Pope is a sophomore quarterback coming into that line, into the huddle there, so he'll continue to stay at quarterback. They'll come out again in that I formation. They have Herzog, number 40, the fullback, in front of 7, Bly. One guy out to the right of the formation. And they go to Herzog on the first. Sorry, they go to Bly. And Bly's loose. Bly is loose in the Red Tornado secondary. And it's going to take Morgan to catch him, and he will. Morgan and Moroz bring him down, but a great play by Tyson Bly.
No, that was quarterback keeper. That's number 3, Garrett
Pope. I'm sorry, not 7.
Yep.
I am absolutely sorry. That is Pope, the quarterback on a keeper, on an option keeper.
That's what it was, an option keeper. He did not even fake it back. He saw the open.
He faked me.
He did? Didn't even fake it. He just took it and tucked it under his arm, and away he went.
1st and 10 on the Mount Carmel area 30-yard line for the Braves. Again, I apologize to Pope on that one. It was a great run by the young quarterback. And this time it's Bly. And Bly finds himself a pretty nice hole there. He'll pick up a couple of yards in the play. Stopped in there by McCullum. And like number 74 for the Red Tornado, Savitsky.
Yep, and Savitsky.
So a gain of about 2 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 8 for the Braves, as they are within striking distance now of the Red Tornadoes. Nothing fancy. It's the same formation now. Each time they line up, they do exactly the same way. One guy split out wide right. It's a I formation, and it's a unbalanced line. And this time he gives it to Herzog, and he goes nowhere, and that's Mr. Steck that said, I'm sorry, but this real estate's taken. So a no gain on the play, and it brings up 3rd down and 8 now for the Braves. Nice play by Chris Steck. He was right in the hole. They run to the unbalanced side mostly, not always, but mostly they run to the unbalanced line side. They have the tight end, or in their case, pretty much the tackle, an extra tackle in there to unbalance the line a little bit. And they normally split the guy away from that. The guys usually split to the weak side of the line.
Number 66 goes in for the Tornadoes, Kyle Higgins. And we'll see McCullum is kneeling on the sideline.
Can't tell what he's doing. He's kneeling down right in front of us, and they shielded his view, so we'll see what happened to McCullum. I did not see anything happen. Now, it happened in the scrum in the middle there, and he ran to the sideline, but he never got off the field either. He's not all the way off the field there, so we'll see. He stands back up, and he walks off, so he looks like he's okay. I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what happened to him, but Higgins will take his place.
Looks like he took a shot to the shoulder. He's working his left arm a little bit. So 66, Kyle Higgins goes in, but we'll see if there's a switch here, if he's going to take, and he does. He's in the linebacker position on the left side next to Colokas. Colokas, number 6, playing the right linebacking position.
Same exact formation again. Pope under center. And it's to Bly this time. And Bly got himself some room, and Bly down inside the Red Tornado 25-yard line. And about the 23, he's going to come up short of the 1st down. It's going to be 4th down now for the Braves, and it's going to be 4th down and about 3.
Number 66, of course, Kyle making a flying tackle that time. Higgins and Kovaleski, number 1, comes in and he finishes off Herzog.
So the Braves going for it on 4th down, of course, down at the Red Tornado. It's in between the 24 and the 23-yard line. They need to reach the 20-yard line for the 1st down. Same formation. I'll say that all night. They don't change formations much. And they give it to Bly. And Bly is going to come up short, I believe, with the 1st down. He is. He stopped short of the 1st down. He made a nice effort down there. But getting off the bottom down there is Goins.
Goins. James stops him about a yard short of the 1st down.
So the Braves turn the ball over on their first threat here on the long run by Pope, the quarterback, and the Red Tornadoes take over 1st and 10 on their own 21-yard line. 5:04 remaining here in the first quarter of play. A nice defensive stop by the Red Tornadoes, but a nice offensive series by the Braves. Red Tornadoes come out. Everybody now split out to Marcus's right side. He's in an I formation. And he hands the ball to Pulowski, and Pulowski finds himself a bit of a hole, and Pulowski's loose. Pulowski makes a nice move, and Pulowski's going to take it all the way in. 79-yard run by number 21, Pulowski, for the Red Tornadoes, and that's how fast this offense can strike and get you.
They caught the Braves, split their tackles out a little bit, brought their 2 linebackers up into the gap over our guards, and it was easy blocking. It's a blocking scheme there, and it worked fantastic for Pulowski, 21. But he did have some fantastic downfield blocking.
The backside of that line, downfield blocked extremely well.
And that's what did it. He was sort of got to about the 20, 15-yard line, and he was looking to back to see if he had one more blocker to help lead him in, but he outran the defender, number 17.
Menapace in for the extra point attempt. Ball is down clean, and he puts it up, and it is good. So it's 14-0. Red Tornadoes on a Justin Pulowski 79-yard run from scrimmage at the 4:51 mark here of the first quarter, and that's the lightning that the Red Tornadoes bring to this offense.
This is the maturity that we're seeing in these kids this year, the blocking up front, no matter what the defensive scheme is. You know, they're sticking with the blocks this year that we didn't have the last couple of years. When you look downfield, you never see anybody standing around in the last 2 games. They're knocking people over, and those are the types of plays, those little incidental plays downfield, those blocks and shields that will break your halfback open for a score.
Yep. All right, Menapace ready to kick off for the Red Tornadoes. The same group down there ready for the reception for the Braves. You got number 7, Bly, on the far side, and D'Addario, number 33, here on the short side closest to us. As Menapace signals that he's ready, and he'll let her rip. This time he's going to kick it to about the 10-yard line, where Bly fumbles the ball, picks it back up, and now heads upfield. And you can see how good he is. And Bly is loose. Bly loose in the Red Tornado backfield here, and he brings it all the way back into Red Tornado territory at the Red Tornado 36-yard line.
Great
Number
run.
7, guys. That is Tyson Bly, a junior, 5'6", 152 pounds. Look at the speed on him.
Well, he can move. Well, you give him a little bit of blocking.
And that, he bobbled it.
Yes.
How often do you see that? When he bobbles the ball, it's on the ground, and you relax for that second. And he split right up the middle and then headed to the Red Tornado sideline. But what a run. He started at his 10, so it's a 60, about a 63-yard return.
And when you look at that return, the Tornadoes overran the kickoff, especially on the right side here. He did pick it up, and by that time, the 2 end guys here on this side were downfield further than he was.
Keeper by Pope. The Red Tornadoes read this one very well. He'll be brought down. Gain of a yard on the play at 2nd down and 9.
Number 6, Kolokas, making a great tackle there. Of course, Pope could not go any further than maybe a yard.
So the Braves not letting the Red Tornadoes get them down. And 2 really exciting play that time by Bly. And he one guy, if he could have got around one guy, he was going to go in for the score. He was right along the Red Tornado sideline. And normally you run to your own sideline, but he saw the opening and he took it. Back in an I formation, Bly is out of the game, and I'm believing for a breather. He would have been in there otherwise, and it's going to be Pope, and Pope goes back to pass. Pope looks downfield, and he had his man, and I'll tell you what, number 29, Demko, took the ball right out of his hand. He had hit the big guy down there. That's Mark Forbes, 6'3", 220. And he had it in his hands, and Demko reached in and popped it right out of his hand.
Forbes coming across. It was just a drag play from the right side tight end position, and he was coming across, and I'll tell you what, he waited, caught the ball, and the hand came down, slapped it right out.
Yeah, nice defensive play.
Great defensive play.
And back in that, they have not changed formation since the beginning of the game. This time Pope will keep it, and he's going to pitch it. He pitches it out to Herzog, and Herzog goes down at the 40-yard line. A nice play again by Demko, and he'll lose more yardage on the play.
Demko playing great defense tonight.
So it's 4th down and 12 now for the Braves on the great play by Demko. You see the difference in this when Bly, the speedster, is out, though. It's a little different offense this way. Now, Herzog normally is the guy that carries the bulk of the ball for them, the guy you just saw, number 40. And he was back in that tail, and he's still back in that tailback slot. They have number 47, I believe, and that's Chesnick out front. I think it's 47. I'll wait till he turns to me. But I believe he's the fullback.
Bill Stewart, number 35, in playing the right tackle position on defense.
Oh, ball is up in the air.
Oh, Goins. James. He had the interception.
Billy Stewart, number 35, breaks the ball up as Pope. He hit Pope just as he left it go. It popped up in the air. Goins couldn't hold on to it, but the Red Tornadoes take over 1st and 10 on their 40-yard line. And the Red Tornado defense, I'll tell you what, everything that it was stacked up to be and then some so far.
James looked like Ramblin' Rose that time. He was trying to catch that ball and run at the same time. And
so once again, the Braves turned away in Red Tornado territory. The Red Tornadoes take over 1st and 10. They'll go in an I formation, and this time everybody split to the left. You got Kovaleski and Moroz. Washleski back to pass. He's looking for Kovaleski. He has Kovaleski in the opening, and he'll get Kovaleski up to about the 48-yard line. He'll be about a yard short of the 1st down.
I'll tell you what, when you talk about left tackle, number 14, Trevor Demko, left guard, 66, Kyle Higgins, the center, Chris Steck, 4 years at that position. The right guard, number 50, James Goins, and the right tackle, number 70, Zach Lutz, and of course then your tight end, number 88, Colin Menepace. They are not letting Washleski scramble back there. He has all the time in the world to look downfield. What a great blocker, what scheme that they're running.
Again, another pass play on a 2nd and 1, and he's looking for Moroz. And again, a little bit high along the sideline. Moroz covered down there by Bly, number 7. And I'll bring up 3rd down and 1 now. So despite the heavy rain, the Red Tornadoes continue to throw the ball all over the field, as we pretty much figured they would.
But, you know, what a great time to do it. You know, you might be in a tight game when you need to throw the ball in the rain and under some adverse conditions. And you're up by 2 touchdowns now.
Mark Minnick into the Red Tornado lineup. He brings the play in for the Red Tornadoes. He'll come out, split out here to the left. Getting Kovaleski going to go out to the right there as he needed a couple of questions he had on the play. But it's going to go inside, and the Braves, I believe, have stopped it. They have. A great play. Number 47, Chesnick. He's the guy getting off the bottom. Keenan Chesnick. He's a senior, 5'11", 220-pound linebacker, and he made the play and stopped us. So it's going to bring up a 4th down and a half a yard.
Well,
they're going to measure it.
I think they're going to measure.
I'm not sure. I just don't think he got it, but he did reach out at the last minute, so maybe that's going to be enough. We'll wait and see what the measurement tells us. It's very close. But again, a great play by Chesnick. He was right there. Did the chain gang get like rain uniforms or what's going on here?
I think they did.
They're looking pretty sharp out there. He's short by about 2 inches, folks. I mean, I don't think you get much shorter than that and not have a 1st down. So about 2 inches. And the Red Tornadoes, if you ask me, look like they're going to go for that 2 inches. The ball is sitting in their territory, just on their side of the 50-yard line, and they're going to go for it.
And I'll ask you, are they going to go for it?
They're going to go for it.
Okay.
I've been wrong before. I can afford to go out on that limb. I've snapped that limb off a million times already. There's hardly nothing left of that tree right now.
Excuse me. After all this time, there's no limb left.
There's no limb left. I just snapped them all. I don't care. All right, I formation for the Red Tornadoes as Marcus goes under center. They blow the play, ready to go, and it's Marcus on the keeper. He easily picks the first down up as he crosses into Brave territory at the Brave 49-yard line where it's 1st and 10. And that's just bull blocking by the guard and the two guards in the center there.
Yeah, boy, number 60, Chris Steck. Kyle Higgins, number 66, and number 50, James Goins.
All right, Demko, he comes in the lineup with the play for the Red Tornadoes here. We have a 2:08 remaining here in the first quarter. The rain may have slowed a little bit, but don't be fooled by it. It didn't, not that much. Wasilewski, and he hands it on a deep handoff to Demetrius, and a great play down there by Tayton Valaket for the Braves. He's a sophomore, 5'10", or 5'11", 175-pounder, and that was a great play by Tayton. I'm hoping saying his name right. I don't run across many Taytons in the lineups, but that was a nice play by the Braves. A loss on the play of about 3 yards. It'll bring up 2nd down and 13 now for the Red Tornadoes.
You know, he shot the gap. The Tornadoes had blocking out there and had sealed off that corner, but he came up from that corner position and made the stop.
Kovalevsky in motion now as he goes behind Wasilewski. Wasilewski drops straight back. Plenty of time. And now under some pressure, he gets away from it, looks downfield, and he's got his Menapace, and Menapace brings it in right at the Brave 34-yard line. A great play by the tight end, Colin Menapace.
Colin Menapace came back 7 yards. He saw that Wasilewski was scrambling, and of course, one of the things that you teach your receivers that once your quarterback starts moving out of the pocket like that is to come back towards the line of scrimmage. Colin came back 7 yards and makes the reception.
Under a minute to play here in the first quarter. Red Tornadoes driving once again at the Brave 34-yard line. I formation. And it's Demetrius on a quick handoff to the fullback. And Demetrius will not go down. Inside the 30-yard line down to the Brave 28-yard line.
8 tough yards he just ran. Kept his legs going the whole time, and that was all Julius Demetrius.
It's going to bring up a 2nd down now, and I'm going to say 2nd down and long 4.
Okay, all right.
Long 4. It's a long 4 for the Red Tornadoes.
It was 6 yards. He carried the ball with.
I'm only telling you what the guy in the chains with our Natalie dressed chain gang's doing over there. All right, 1 back, and it's DeMarco now, the deep back, only 1. Pulowski is out over here to the right side, and he's got Kovalevsky and Moroz to the left, but he hands it to DeMarco. DeMarco, if he would have gotten past one guy, but once again,
47.
That's Chesnick,
Yep.
big linebacker, and he drops him for only a couple of yards.
And I think if Dave would have kept his head up a little bit, he would have stepped to the right of Chesnick, and I think there was a hole there that he could have walked through.
He had room, but Chesnick made another great defensive play for the Braves, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of the first quarter of play here at the Silver Bowl with the score of the Red Tornadoes 14, the Braves 0. The Red Tornadoes in Brave territory getting ready to start the second quarter. Very entertaining first quarter, Wayne.
Yes, it is. It's a very, even though it's 14-0, I'll tell you what, the Braves are still out there kicking and fighting. Some nice plays on their behalf. The quarterback Pope comes out and he threw a nice pass. I'll tell you what, he can throw the ball.
Oh yeah.
In the short routes here. So it's something to watch, and you can tell over the next season or two they're going to be the team to reckon with.
Yeah, they're really playing very well right now in the rain here in the Silver Bowl, and they're not out of this game by any choice. And I said about an offense that has tough time coming back, but I'll tell you what, if you got Bly back there, you don't have that tough a time coming back. He's one step away from going in the end zone every time he touches the ball. So it's going to bring up 3rd down and 3 now from the Red Tornado 27-yard line. As we get ready to start the second quarter, Wasilewski will go under center. He has DeMarco in front of Pulowski. and he has Kovaleski and Moroz split out to his right, and the ball hit the ground, and he's going to go down. He's going to gain no yardage whatsoever. Number 71 on the play, and that is Josh Brocious for the Braves. But again, a fumbled snap, and it brings up 4th down, and it's going to be 4th down and about 4.
It's a miscue between the center and the quarterback. Been together for 4 years. You wonder how that could happen. But
there you see it. Here you see the replay. You can see the ball hit the ground, and Marcus just trying to pick it up. He's trying to gain some yardage, but they will not let him move. And 71 then sees him there, Brocious, and brings him down.
And again, you don't know if that was supposed to be a quarterback sneak, trying to sneak it up through there. And
4th down now. Demetrius, the lone back, but he throws the ball, and he throws it to the big tight end. And Colin Meneface is a load to bring down as he brings it down to the 10-yard line. He stopped down there by Sean Davies, number 30 for the Braves, but it is now going to be first. Let me see where they put the ball.
This is on it's on this side of the 10-yard line, so they can pick up a first down, but it's going to be within inches of the goal line.
Yeah, he's just outside the 10, so it's 1st and 10, Red Tornadoes. And Menepace asserting himself here tonight.
He is.
The big tight end for the Red Tornadoes. They go back into an I formation, this time Demetrius in front of Pulowski. And it's Pulowski, and Pulowski tries to make a cut, but he's going nowhere. And a nice, very nice play defensively down there by Jake Heim, number 51.
The left side of the defensive line actually stopped that whole play. They bottlenosed the side of the Tornadoes, the right side of the offensive line, where Pulowski was supposed to go. And, of course, he tries to break it to the left and to no avail. Of course, loss of about maybe a half a foot.
Yeah, about half a yard or so. Maybe.
That's about it.
So, number 24 into the Red Tornado lineup with the play, and that's Myrick Lamb, a freshman, as he brings the play in. He'll line up in the slot. You have also Pulowski in the slot. You have one back, and now Lamb goes in motion. They give it to Lamb. They're going to let Lamb see if he can get around that corner. He had a great block over there, but a nice play by number 7, and that's, again, the guy that I've been talking about, Tyson Bly.
And number 81, I think, was also in on that play for the Shikellamy Braves. And that's the
Tyler Veda.
He's a junior.
Oh, a couple of Tylers on the tackle. How often do you see that?
See the speed. We talked about Lamb at the beginning of the program here, and you can see how quick he is to the sideline.
About third down and 4 now, where they place the ball. The ball's inside the 5-yard line, just inside the 5-yard line. So again, he can get to just outside the goal line and get a first down. Demetrius, the lone back in the backfield. Everybody spread out to the left of the formation. Pulowski in the slot. And this is Demetrius, and they're going to let Julius trots right in. Made a nice play by number 65 down there. Demko made a nice block, and Julius Demetrius into the end zone at the 9:17 mark. It's 20-0 Red Tornadoes with Menepace on to attempt the extra point.
Pulowski and Moroz were also split and slot over on the left-hand side. And here it is here, and you'll see Pulowski and Moroz shield right off the hash mark, and of course that's what breaks Julius Demetrius into the end zone. He had a lot of room there to skirt in.
When you spread them out the way we did there, it is extremely difficult to defend against us because we do have speed, and more speed than that defense has. The Red Tornadoes have more speed, so that's a difficult play, especially with only 4 yards to try to cover it. Ball is up, and it is good, so it is 21-0 Red Tornadoes. But that's what the Tornado offense brings to the table this year.
Yeah.
Multiple weapons spread out. The defense had to spread itself out a little bit where you'd want to stay a little bit closer to the 4-yard line, and you got an angle, and Julius just had to trot it in there. That wasn't that hard to go in. So, again, the Red Tornado offense is going to be a handful for everybody who runs up against it here in the Heartland Conference this year.
Well, again, one thing that coach has not seen over the last 4 or 5 years is that he has backups. He has people sitting on the bench that he can put in, and you do not lose a step, whether it's in the line on the offensive side, defensive side. halfbacks, defensive backs, everything. We do not lose a step here. Putting these kids in, and now you have Lamb. He is one freshman, and McFadden, I think, is another freshman. Trying to look here. Those are the two upcoming we were told to keep our eyes open for and to watch, because they're going to help this team out as you go down through the season.
Minute pace lets it rip. This is going to go down to D'Addario down at the 5-yard line. D'Addario let it hit the ground. It didn't bounce into the end zone like he had hoped, and he is mauled down there about the 14-yard line. But D'Addario took a calculated risk that the ball would actually bounce into the end zone. It's so wet, the ball hit the ground and stayed there.
And came back to him on the 5.
Actually came back towards him, so he had to pick it up real quick. But tough field position now for the Braves out at their 13-yard line where they're going to place him down. 1st and 10.
Cody Shustak, number 34, in on that tackle for the Tornadoes. And again, Shustak, there's another freshman that you're going to be seeing a lot of.
71, Augustine into the Red Tornado lineup there, playing a tackle position right there. And it's a short handoff, and there's this guy, he's number 6. He's free in the Red Tornado backfield, and that is Dominic Wolf. So a new guy for the Braves in that backfield, number 6, and he carries the ball all the way out to the Red Tornado 37-yard line. A big run by Wolf. Wolf also a sophomore. A lot of sophomores on this team. A lot of good-looking players, younger players there. I didn't even see them put him in there. He's lining up in that fullback spot in the I formation in front of Herzog. And it's going to be Herzog, and Herzog's going to try to make it up the middle, and he will gain a couple of yards on the play. McCullum actually on the stop for the Red Tornadoes. He takes it out to the 40-yard line.
McCullum shoots the gap that time and takes Herzog's legs out right at about the line of scrimmage.
So Demko comes out of the lineup for the Red Tornadoes now on defense. And you got Augustine, Savitsky, Long, I believe, in for the Red Tornadoes, number 35 now.
Billy Stewart, 35.
Stewart, 35. A quick handoff.
No, keeper.
It's the quarterback again. Pope free. He will not go down, and the ball's
out, and they recover.
They tried to rip the ball out of his hands, and they finally did, but a great play by number 51, Jake Heim, as he was treading the play and recovered it. But Pope really having a nice football game tonight. Yeah, and I'm actually going to get his name right one of these times. He does it so well, I don't see who he hands it off to.
Well, he followed. And if I'm not mistaken, Herzog led through the hole, and he just kept the ball and followed right through behind him.
All right, now we go into again, the I formation. We have guys split right and left, which is unusual for them. So we'll see what they have to do here now. And they're going to give a short handoff to Wolf, and Goins all over him.
All over that time. Coming in from the left tackle position to make that stop.
Picked up 2 on the play. It's 2nd down and 8 for the Braves, though. But again, Pope, he's really running this option offense very well.
And again, remember, he is only a sophomore.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to worry about this group here because number 6, Dominic Wolf's also a sophomore. Herzog's a junior only, so most of the backfield we've seen in and out of here is going
to come back.
Is going to come back. And Bly is actually a junior too. Pope still going back to pass. Some pressure now. He looks downfield. And Moroz was in the best place to catch it, and he couldn't hold on to it. He was trying to hit the big guy, Mark Forbes, the tight end, down deep, but it goes incomplete, and it'll bring up 3rd down now and just about 7.
Now, what I noticed there when Pope was trying to throw the ball, I don't think he's a small quarterback, and I don't think he has the hands to grip around the ball, and with it being wet. It looked like he was trying to palm the ball to throw at that time, and he was on the move, though. He was being chased.
All right, the I formation again. Wolf in front of Herzog in the backfield for the Braves. And this time Pope gives it to Herzog. Herzog goes straight ahead. Savitsky on the initial hit. And there'll be a Brave injured on the play down there. He's having a tough time getting up there.
Got kicked in the shin, I think. He's up.
He actually got back up, so he's going to stay in the huddle there. And it's going to bring up 4th down now. 4th down and about 5. And the Braves have been in this 4th down position inside the 25-yard line 3 or 4 times and have turned away each time. So we'll see if they have any better success this time around with the Red Tornado defense.
Number 65, Trevor Demko, into that defensive position.
This time he holds on to it. He has a late pitch to Herzog. Herzog makes a pretty move, and
look at
Herzog still on his feet. A nice play by Herzog for the Braves, and he'll take it all the way down. He stopped finally by Demko down there, but he's taking it all the way down to the Red Tornado. Yes. Let's call it the 13-yard line when they finally place it. 1st and 10 for the Braves.
I tell you, at the beginning of that play, I thought Pope was going to pitch that away because he was already in the grass. Somebody had him and almost knocked the ball out of his hands.
Nice run by T.J. Herzog for the Braves. And they are in scoring position now at the 6:03 mark. Very quick second quarter, Wayne.
Yes, it is.
Again, we go back into the same formation. We don't change a lot of formations on the Braves side of the ball. And this time
straight
it is
dive
Wolf, and Wolf. He did not get in, but he got close.
I'll tell you what, he is close.
Nice run by Wolf, and he takes it down to about the 1-yard line. He's inside the 1-yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal, Braves, from inside the Red Tornado 1-yard line. And I'll tell you what, if there's any thought about them giving up, you can erase that as they continue to play hard. You see Wolf right up the middle. Nothing fancy there. I mean, that was right up the middle, and that's what they won it from. He's brought down by Moroz with help from Demko. But they are knocking on the door here, folks. And Pope on a keeper, and he didn't have to go far, but I don't think he got in.
I don't think he got in either. There was some.
His feet were tangled up instantly. He didn't get that push on his feet. Somebody had penetrated the line. It looks like Goins actually was the guy that was in there.
Yes, he was. There's James getting up from the ground. I think he was the one that stopped the quarterback sneak, and it looks like they
actually lost a little
bit of yardage there.
So it's going to bring up second down. It's still second down. We're going to call it second down and 1. They didn't lose that much, but he backed up a little bit from the original line of scrimmage. So he'll go back into that I formation. This time I'm thinking Wolf's going to see it, the fullback. And Wolf takes it in for the touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown run by Dominic Wolf, the sophomore. And the Shikellamy Braves are on the scoreboard at the 4:49 mark. It's 21-6 Red Tornadoes. Braves about to attempt the extra point. And it looks like number 3, looks like Pope's the extra point guy. The quarterback's doing a little bit of everything here. So he'll be attempting an extra point out of the hold of Cody DiDario, number 33 down there. And he's a soccer-style kicker. Bad snap, but he still got it up. And it is good. A nice play by both DiDario, who had a hold on to the snap a little bit. He got it down just in time. And Pope adjusting to it a little bit. He had to stop. And you're a kicker. You know how hard that is. But he actually stopped a second and then was able to still get it in. So it's 21-7 Red Tornadoes here as the Braves show some spark. And, again, they've never been out of the game. I mean, they're playing very good here in the first half of play.
Yep. And I'm beginning to wonder where Wolf has been in the first quarter that he wasn't on the field. Because I'll tell you what.
It's interesting now. They were having a lot of success with Bly, the speedster. He had the big run on the kickoff, and then we never saw him in the backfield again. And then they put number 6, and now 6. When you look at Wolf, he's 5'9", 195 pounds. Yeah. He's not a small guy out there. But he goes in actually as the fullback in that formation, and they take Herzog and make him the tailback. When Bly was in there, Herzog was the fullback. So they have a lot of interchangeable parts here on offense, at least. And we'll see what they continue to do. Kicking off for the Braves is Zach Daly. He's a load. He's 250 pounds himself there. So
he was the lineman there. He took a shot to the shin, I think, and
he lets it rip, and it's going to go down to Myrick Lamb at the 17-yard line. As Lamb looks upfield, he finds a little bit of a squirt there, and Lamb all the way up to the Red Tornado 40-yard line Number 37 on the tackle, and that's Zach Deibler. So the Red Tornadoes go on offense here at the 4:42 mark of the second quarter, leading 21-7. The Braves just coming off a very, very impressive drive. Rain continuing to fall. It has not let up, and it's back onto more of its heavier side right now as it continues to rain. Wasilewski will go under center. He's in an I formation. Fakes it to Pulowski, drops back under some pressure now, looks downfield, and he's thinking of running it, and he's going to. He's along the Brave sideline, and I believe he went out of bounds, and he got a first down.
He picked up the first down. He was watching the yard marker the whole way, and rather than and it's heads-up play by Marcus, rather than taking a hit out of bounds, he stepped out before anybody even got near him, and he made sure he had the first down.
All right, 1st and 10, the ball just over the 50-yard line, just in Shikellamy Brave territory now. As the Red Tornadoes come up, but again, you don't see Marcus run that often.
No.
But that was a nice run by the senior quarterback. Again, he drops back to pass. He looks downfield, and he's got Morgan open, and Morgan makes a pretty play. Morgan's still on his feet, and they'll drag Morgan out of bounds finally at the 30-yard line. Making the play down there for the Braves is Tayton Valaket. So that name gives me pause every time. I'm just not used to that name. I got to work on him at halftime. But he's been on a few plays already, so I got to get his name right. But Tayton takes him out of bounds, and they'll mark it actually out of bounds at the 29-yard line. So it's 1st and 10, a pretty pass play
right
from Wasilewski to Morgan.
Morgan makes a nice move after he catches the ball to pick up the extra 3 yards.
We leave one guy in the backfield now. We got 2 guys split out to the left, 1 to the right. And he looks downfield. He's got Pulowski in that little comeback, and Pulowski will be taking it down. They're going to finally put him down at the 23-yard line.
He didn't stop. He bounced off.
Yeah.
About 3 guys hit him. He bounced off. And
that was a tough run by Pulowski.
Tackled from behind.
That's going to bring up a 2nd down and 4 for the Red Tornadoes. Ball inside the 25-yard line. They put it down at the 23. And the Red Tornadoes come out. He's got 2 guys to his wide right. Pulowski here on the short side of the sideline here. And Demetrius, the lone back, and it's Demetrius. And Julius,
nice move.
Julius had a head of steam on it. He'll take it down to just about the 15-yard line where it's going to be 1st and 10 Red Tornadoes. And they look like they're intent on answering that last Brave score here.
Yeah, again, Steck, the center. The right guard, James Goins, the right tackle, Zach Lutz, number 70. And I'll tell you what, Julius stepped over one of the linemen and picks up some good yardage, but great blocking.
Julius once again hurdling somebody at the line of scrimmage and takes it down the 11-yard line. The Red Tornadoes now, and we didn't talk about it much last week because it kind of even surprised us, but it went into no huddle.
Yeah.
We saw it for the first time last week in the Shamokin area game, and they are now in a no huddle once again now. And they caught the Braves that time. The kid that was coming in barely got off the field, or they would have had illegal participation. So it's 2nd down now and 6 for the Red Tornadoes. The ball just outside the Brave 10. And this time Wasilewski looks like he wants to throw the ball, and he throws it to Pulowski. But I'll tell you what, that was great coverage down there by D'Addario. He was all over him, and he had a 2nd guy, and the guy is down. But D'Addario really made the play. And let me see the guy that gets off the ground down there. That's going to be Chesnick, the linebacker. But they had Pulowski well covered on that play.
Yeah, I think Pulowski's name is well known now as a receiver.
Yeah.
There were 3 guys on him. And at that point, being the lone receiver on the left-hand side, usually you pick up man-to-man coverage, and that didn't happen this time.
3rd down now and 6 for the Red Tornadoes. They put Demetrius in motion. No one's in the backfield now, and it's going to be a keeper by Wasilewski, and Wasilewski takes it inside the 5-yard line down to the 2-yard line, and I believe he picked up a first down.
That time, you can see when the Tornadoes put wide slot to the right, split on the left, and then they put Julius in motion to the wide slot. The Braves are having a difficult time defending that. They're trying to shift people around, and I think Coach Brennan was trying to catch them that time with a quarterback sneak up through the center. And it was a delayed.
First and goal. We'll call it first and goal from the 3 now as he goes into an I formation. And we go into an option. He hands it to Pulowski, and Pulowski's going to try to get outside with a flag down.
Yep.
And it's going to, I would almost guess, it
Coming
goes
back
against the Red Tornadoes. It was right along the line of scrimmage. So my guess it was a hold, but we'll wait and see what they call it. Pulowski went into the end zone, but I don't believe it's going to be a touchdown.
And it
It's
is
a hold. And the Red Tornadoes are going to get backed off that 3-yard line now. Roman into the Red Tornado lineup with the play now for the Red Tornadoes as they'll
march off 10 yards, back on a 13.
Yep, 13. It's first and goal now from the 13-yard line. And a timeout, Braves. Coach Stroh wants to talk to his Brave unit there before the Red Tornadoes run this first down play. There's 2:35 remaining here in the second quarter of play. The Red Tornadoes lead 21-7. And it has been a very entertaining game in a driving rainstorm.
Yeah, both teams are playing excellent under these conditions. And it's the first time you can see some brown marks on the field between the 20 and 40 inside the hash marks.
Yep.
We haven't seen that in a while. And, you know, you can tell just by the amount of water that is, or the rain that has fallen over the last 3 weeks, that it's starting to take its toll a little bit on this field.
Timeout. Remind everybody that, again, this is being broadcast live over the web. Tell your friends, anybody who wants to hear Mount Carmel area football can do so on the web. The website, you can see a connection right from the Mount Carmel area school district website. Follow the links, and you will be there hearing us live. All right, first down. It's an I formation. One guy right, one guy left. He looks downfield. He throws it. He's got Demetrius wide open, and Julius hurdles D'Addario and goes into the end zone. I'll tell you what, I didn't say hurdled D'Addario, jumped right over him around the 5-yard line.
Watch
and
the
takes
replay on this, D'Addario, and he did the right thing. He was going low on Demetrius. If you're going to stop Demetrius, you've got to hit him around the knees and take a look at this leap here.
Now Julius is wide open. They failed to cover him coming out of the backfield, but watch the play he makes right there.
There you go.
Just run right over D'Addario and into the end zone. It's 27-7 at the 2:28 mark. And I tell you what, it's got to be even tougher putting your shoe on in a wet field like this.
Yeah,
He's got to have one soaked one side of his foot there. And the Red Tornadoes, in fact, it was so hard to get his shoe on, they called a timeout. They're going to take some time here. Also, give me time to remind everybody about Supper Club. Back room with Matucci's every Thursday night. Be there about 6:15. You will hear everything about the previous game, everything about the upcoming game. You will also meet 5 or 6 players. You'll meet 2 or 3 cheerleaders. I think in the next week or so, the chain gang. And I'm going to definitely be talking. I'm going to be definitely talking about those uniforms over there. Those,
see how
those
they got
rubber
them.
uniforms.
Hey,
see
maybe,
what's going on there.
Maybe we can get something.
But I'll tell you what, it is an absolute fabulous time. If you want to
Yes,
talk Red Tornado football, you be at the Supper Club again. 6:15. Everybody's welcome. There's no like we're not keeping a chart of whether you came or not. You can come one week, skip 4, come again. You can come every week. You can do whatever you want. But it is a great time. And I'll tell you what, how do you pass up Matucci's food? I mean,
you're right.
Come on. You cannot go wrong, folks. So if you get a chance, try to make a Supper Club this year, and you'll truly enjoy it. All right, Menepe says, line it up. I got my shoe on. My sock is weighing about 400 pounds now, but I'm going to kick it anyway, and he's good. So he's perfect on the evening. The Red Tornadoes out to a 28-7 bulge here in the second quarter, about 2:28 remaining here before halftime. And it does not look like the Braves have an answer for the Red Tornado offense, although offensively they're doing more than we've seen the last 2 teams that we played do offensively. They are taking it to the Red Tornado defense a little bit with that really good ball handling, I think, by Pope in the backfield. It's really hard to see who he's giving it to.
Some good blocking also in the center of the Shikellamy Brave line. That's opening up some holes there for Pope and Wolf to get through, that's for sure.
So they came in 0-2, but I'll tell you what, a lot of bright spots on this Brave squad. It really is. And if you're looking at this, and most of you see this on a Wednesday, you're seeing this either on Channel 13 or I understand now Channel 100 from Service Electric, of course, the people who make it all possible for us. But I think anybody who's watching this Brave team tonight and has to play them later on in the season is going to have some pause here, as they're a completely different team than we saw last year. All right, we're getting ready to kick it off here. Menepe says, thank God I get to keep my shoe on for another play. We're going to take it off on all the muck. And he will signal that he's ready shortly. He again kicking down there to Bly. And there's actually a new guy down there, and that looks like it's Tyler Pratt, number 2 down there deep. And I'll see if it's indeed 2, and it is 2. So it's Pratt. Pratt coming up field, and Pratt is brought down immediately down there. And that will be be DeMarco, actually, and then 47 is the other guy that actually helped out. We're going to have to give him help on this one. And that is, of course, who else would that be? That's Matt Dietz. So I should have even looked at the program because I could have told you it was DeMarco and Dietz on the play. They've got a little bit of a rivalry going. We had a big talk last night about this rivalry between the two of them now that's going on this season, who gets the most tackles. And they actually have teammates.
Oh, really?
So the teams are the kickoff team is equally divided among them now. And they got a little bit of a rivalry to see who's going to make the tackle all the time. Bit of a timeout on the field.
Chain gang, I think they were trying to straighten the chains out.
Oh, I thought those slickers got in the way there for a second. All right, Pope under center. Long count by Pope this time, and he gets it back, and that's Herzog. Herzog met after a gain of about 2 yards.
Kyle Savitsky making the initial hit in the backfield that time and slowed him down, number 74, that is. And I think Kolokas, number 6, came up and finished that off.
Well, 2nd down and 8 now for the Braves. And Pope dropped the ball that time. The ball slipped out of his hand as he was moving away from the center. He still picked up a yard or 2 on the play. I think he picked up at a couple yards. He's out over the 25-yard line, nearly to the 26 now. I picked up more than I thought.
Yep.
I believe he fumbled it. I don't think that was a design play. He never stood back up again. But he continued when he picked the ball. He stayed on his feet a little bit and got the gap there and picked up some yardage. He's going to bring 3rd down. We're going to 3rd down and 7 now.
Tornadoes.
As the Braves have called timeout again.
Tornadoes.
Tornadoes did? Okay.
Yep.
There's 1:41 remaining here, again, in the half. So the Red Tornadoes coach Babinski trots off there. He gave his instructions, and the Shikellamy side got theirs in there on a big 3rd and 7 for the Braves from their own 26-yard line. He has Wolf back in there at that fullback spot for the Braves. And now he's got the big guy, the guy I talked about, number 7, Bly. And look at Bly. I'll tell you what an exciting player this kid is. This is the first we've seen him since the run back. And he is doing an absolute great job for the Braves. Again, Tyson Bly, a junior, 5'6", 152 pounds only. But I'll tell you what, he's making his presence known. A 1st down for the Braves out at the 40-yard line.
Looked like it was a pitch play, and he came back against the grain and actually ran back towards their bench to pick up some big yardage here for the Shikellamy Braves. Ball's now placed on about the 42-yard line for Shikellamy.
All right, 1st down, Braves. Another timeout. I'm not sure why we're using all of our timeouts here.
I don't know.
We're going to get rid of them all, apparently. There's still 1:34 to play here in the half. And we're down to each team with one timeout.
Yep.
So we had 4 timeouts used here, and now we're down to 1 apiece. Braves come out. They'll stay in that same formation with Wolf in front of Bly, 6 in front of 7. And Pope under center. And this time it's Bly again. And this time, actually, Savitsky reached out and turned him around. And that's what really, they finally, you can see the whole bunch getting off. But Savitsky's the one that reached out and turned him.
It's 2 plays in a row. Savitsky has made his presence known. And, of course, Matt Dietz, number 47, then makes the final initial hit.
This time it is going to be
Pope
on a keeper. And, boy, he is shifty. He really is. You can see how good he was. They all tackled Wolf. And Pope's still on his feet there. He takes it up just about the 50-yard line. He's short of the first down by 2 yards. The Braves in a no huddle now with the clock under a minute and running. The Red Tornadoes trying to get themselves set up here as they weren't expecting that no huddle. And Pope says, here it is. I'm going to keep it one more time. And he's brought down by Steck this time. A nice play by Steck. He's, I believe, right at the first down marker, the way it looks.
I think he was supposed to hand that off to Wolf that time because he ended up with the ball and he turned around and he looked back at Herzog and thinking, what, I'm not supposed to have the ball here.
You got Dietz in the lineup for the Red Tornadoes, number 47. You can see him in the lineup down there for the Red Tornadoes. He went in on the last play. So there's 23 seconds remaining. They're going to measure it here. I actually thought he got it, to tell you the truth. It looked like he was right at the line when they put it down. And he did get it. I was all over that one. There it is.
Wow.
You doubt me.
Eagle eye.
You doubt me. All right. First down, Braves. Inside Red Tornado territory at the Red Tornado 48-yard line. They start the clock, so they're going to have to roll here a little bit.
They're going to be forced for time to get this thing off.
Well, they got a bit of a problem because the quarterback never came into the game. They're going to have to call a timeout. They were all lined up, and the quarterback was still talking to the coach and looked up at the clock, and it was still running. So they take their final timeout of the evening.
That says a lot about Pope. He's running this option play to perfection.
Now, they had 2 guys split out to the right, and I only say that as it's the first time we have seen a different formation, I think, in the entire first half, as he put 2 guys way out here on the sideline. They stay pretty much in that same formation, 1 guy right, 1 guy left, and he threw it a little bit long on the play. You can see the rain, how difficult it is for a quarterback to throw here, and Demko nearly intercepted it as he couldn't get over fast enough. So 9 seconds now. And he, again, the exact same formation with the 2 guys out here. The Red Tornadoes only put 1 guy out to cover him, if you notice. But we're going to give it in the middle there to Wolf. And Wolf's going to be brought down in there by Clokus, number 6. And he brings him down at the Red Tornado 40-yard line. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of the first half of play here in the rain-soaked Silver Bowl. The score, the Red Tornadoes of Mount Carmel area 28. The Braves of Shikellamy 7. We'll be back at the end of the half here for, of course, Jose's halftime stats, and we look forward to that, so stay with us.
First defensively and offensively for Shikellamy, 25 rushes, 188 yards. It's the most offensive yards anybody's had on us this year on the ground. Luckily 0 for 4 passing, 7 first downs. For Mount Carmel, 21 rushes, 189 yards on the ground, 7 of 10 passing, 106 in the air. 12 first downs, total offense 295, which is a nice game's work, but excellent in a half in weather conditions like this. I'm going to have individual now because I was able to go in and do them, but I don't know if we'll have them after the game because it's pretty hairy down here. Justin Pulowski 4 for 102, Julius Demetrius 9 for 32, Merrick Lamb 1 for 7. And Dave DeMarco 2 for 3. Receiving Matty Kovaleski 2 for 21. Colin Menepace 2 for 35. Justin Pulowski 1 for 8. Jared Morgan 1 for 19. And Julius Demetrius 1 for 13. Well balanced, no mistakes basically on offense. And we just have to come up with some more stellar play on defense, and I think cut out these lapses.
Well, I'll tell you what, they look very good on offense, very crisp on offense. Now, they're not obviously a passing threat, no passing yards here in the first half, but Pope, the sophomore quarterback, and we had not even thought we were going to see originally, Pope playing a very good football game tonight, and there's 3 or 4 different backs going back in and out of there, Jose, and all of them look pretty good.
Yeah, they do. It's very reminiscent to me of that Line Mountain game in 2003 when Coach Throw was the coach down there, and they beat us in that district playoff game, and that option is tough to defend, and we seem to be having a little problem with it, and they're doing a very nice job running it, and Pope is getting better as he goes on, I think, in deceiving people where he has the ball.
Yeah, Jose, who was the quarterback for Line Mountain that year? Do you remember?
No, I don't. No. I'm sorry, Wayne.
Okay.
No, I don't remember, but I mean, they did it. They did a job on it.
It was an excellent job. Yeah.
Yeah, they did a job that night, and this kid's going to be all right. If you're telling me he's a sophomore.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And the big number 6 down there, Wolf, another sophomore. So they got a bunch of sophomores. And the big guy, 40, Herzog's a junior.
Wow, another classman team.
They've got themselves a nice team coming back here. And a very entertaining first half, Jose. We look forward to the second half.
Yeah, absolutely. And 28 points, it's a good job. I like to see us come out with a good series or two and get these guys out and let the young kids play. But, Shikellamy probably has something else in mind.
And by the way, Jose, I looked around up here in the press box, and I couldn't find a spot of water anywhere. It's totally dry. I don't know. I know you wanted me to look around.
You guys aren't using any bags up there
No,
tonight?
No.
Well, we'll try to do our best.
The only bag we had chicken in it. We ate that.
I'm sure that's all gone.
Jose,
Pretty much.
Yes.
The quarterback, Aaron just told me now, he tapped me on the shoulder, was Joe Leader.
I was going to say leader, and
Leader.
I just thought that was too far back.
Yeah, he's the assistant coach for Shikellamy this year.
Well, there you go. Then we know where the offense is coming from, huh?
bet.
Yeah.
Well, good half, guys.
All right. Take care, Jose.
All right, see you later.
All right, we're getting ready to start the second half of play here from the Silver Bowl. The rain has not stopped one bit, folks. If you're not here, you'll see it on your monitors as you do this game. I want to take a moment here, and we're just kidding about the chicken, but I want to take a moment here, of course, always to thank Boyer's Food Market. Mike and his crew over there did a great job tonight. We had chicken, cutlets, whatever they are.
Chicken cutlets, they were fantastic.
Iced tea and things like that. So another great spread by Boyers, and I can never say thank you enough.
35.
Nice kick by Daly. It's going to be down to the 20-yard line where Pulowski takes it and goes right up the middle. He had a nice group of blockers there. He makes a nice cut to the inside. Another cut, and he's still free. What a run by Pulowski. All the way down to the brave 28-yard line, and he's finally brought out of bounds by Blythe.
Tenacious running. I'll tell you what, he did not stop. He was grabbed by the back of the shirt and kept his legs moving, broke away from that, spun around, broke 2 more tackles, and of course tackled from behind.
So the Red Tornadoes start the second half in great field position down at the Brave 28. It's 1st and 10. And again, Pulowski, we had Bly with a great run. Now Pulowski with a great run. So it's a pretty exciting football game when you see runs like that all the time. All right, into the I formation for the Red Tornadoes. Demetrius in front of Pulowski, but we're going to throw the ball again. And he was trying to hit Moroz, and that time it was behind Moroz.
Yeah.
He slipped trying to turn back towards it. He was covered down there by
him. And the other thing was Colin Mettenpace was wide open, dragging across this field about 7 yards down, and he was wide open, and it was behind.
Valaquette on the coverage for the Braves. So it's 2nd down and 10 now for the Red Tornadoes. The rain not stopping the Red Tornado passing game in the least here.
Along with number 29 for the Red Tornadoes, Kevin Debsall.
Okay, again, the I formation will stay with Demetrius in front of Pulowski. We're kind of a tight formation here, but we'll pass again from it. And this time, he short-hopped it down there. He had his guy, Demko, right at the 15-yard line, but it bounced right in front of him, and it's 3rd down.
Setting up the offense for the second half, left tackle again, number 14, Trevor Demko. Left guard, 66, Kyle Higgins. The center, number 60, Chris Steck. The right guard, number 50, James Goins. The right tackle, number 70, Zach Lutz. The tight end, number 88, Colin Menepace. Quarterback, 7, Marcus Washaleski. The split end, number 9, Matt Moroz. The slot, number 1, Matt Kovaleski. Tailback, number 21, Justin Pulowski. And the fullback, 28, Julius Demetrius.
Ball's on the ground. Ball is on the ground. The Braves recovered. We did that play where we faked the throw and kind of a shovel pass right in the middle. But the Braves were standing right in the middle of it, knocked the ball down, Julius couldn't hold on to the ball and hit the ground, and it was a fumble, and the Braves has taken over. Here you see that. Here's the fake. Watch.
Fake
they
handoff.
Tried to hand it off to Demetrius, and he could not hold on to it.
I think it was so high.
It was screwed up a little bit the way the handoff came.
Yep.
So the Braves now on offense here from their own 29-yard line.
That ball did hit him in the shoulder pads that time on that handoff.
Wolf on the carry. He'll take it up over the 30-yard line out to the 32-yard line. It'll bring up 2nd and 7. Braves. So kind of a dysfunctional first offensive series for the Red Tornadoes, and they turn it over.
Number 65, Trevor Demko, making the stop that time for the Tornadoes. He's playing the left defensive end position.
This time it's the tailback, and he's going nowhere this time. The Red Tornadoes buried him. That play had no chance of going anywhere from the very beginning. Getting off down there is Goins, and on the very bottom is McCracken. So loss on the play now, back to the 30-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd down and 8. Field a little slippery now.
Yep.
You can see people having a little trouble with their footing now as this continues to rain at the same intensity that it has all day. Pope fakes it. He goes back. He's trying to throw, and he's buried. Oh, my goodness. Savitsky absolutely buried him. He had no chance. Savitsky never went for the fake, never did anything, went straight in, and Pope back for a big loss. Yeah, they'll put Pope down at the 20-yard line. But Savitsky all over that play.
Yeah, Pope thought he was going to be able to throw the ball and over the top of Savitsky, but he did the wise thing. He pulled it back down and he took the sack.
It's going to bring up a 4th down and 18 now, and Dario will be in the kick for the Braves. Nice center snap. Dario gets a nice punt, and he's going to kick it to Moroz. Moroz at his own 48-yard line. Moroz has a head of steam as he goes downfield along the Shikellamy Brave sideline, and he takes the ball inside the Brave 20 to about the Brave 18. We'll see where he went out of bounds. Well, it's right at the 18. It's 1st and 10. Red Tornadoes reminiscent a little bit of the Shamokin area game last week where the Shamokin area Indians had such poor field position for an entire quarter. The Braves now in that same position, both of these drives starting around the 20-yard line of their own territory.
And they were from punts. And Moroz ran 3 of them back. He had some nice returns last week. And it's always nice to see someone step up in a different position rather than as a wide receiver. In this place here, it's specialty teams.
Okay, I formation, everybody out to the left, and we have a stop here, and it's a timeout Braves. Braves were just not happy with the package they had in there and called the timeout.
What happened was that they missed the nose guard. The nose guard wasn't in there yet, and he was running on the field when the Tornadoes were ready to snap the ball.
So a timeout on the field here early as the Braves had a little trouble getting their lineup straight and away there, and they'll take some time. Yeah, we want to take a chance as we have some time here to talk about a little bit about why you see us. We are, of course, WKMC TV. We are the broadcast group of Mount Carmel Area High School. Been doing so for 40 years, our 40th anniversary of broadcast excellence here at Mount Carmel Area. And again, we want to talk about Service Electric a little bit. Of course, without them, there wouldn't be us. So we want to say thank you to Dwight Walters and his entire crew down in the Sunbury area. And, of course, expanded coverage from WKMC TV. You see us not only on Channel 13 every Wednesday at 8 o'clock, but now on Channel 100, the digital channel. And a much wider audience is picking that Channel 100 up and seeing us on a Wednesday. We want to say thank you to Service Electric. Okay, Wasilewski hands it deep back to Pulowski. Pulowski makes a pretty move, another pretty move, and Pulowski's into the end zone. A 19-yard run by Justin Pulowski at the 9:23 mark, and the Red Tornadoes are on the scoreboard again. It's 34-7 now, Red Tornadoes. Extra point to come. Pretty play by Pulowski.
You see what Pulowski's, the maturity in him this year. We had seen that last year towards the second half of the season. The intensity which he runs and how he can see the whole field. And that's what he brings to us. He has the ability to cut behind his blockers and just leave some guys laying on the field.
Up and good. He's perfect on the evening here. It's now a 35-7 ball game for the Red Tornadoes. And the Braves just can't answer this offense. No. This is a high-powered offense. They're doing very well offensively themselves. But again, a kind of a grinded out, as we told you earlier on. When they got behind, it becomes extremely difficult, and they're having a struggling time with the forward pass right now. And again, I believe that'll turn itself around. This is not the night to do it in a rainstorm like this with a tough defense in front of you. But the Pope kid shows a lot of promise in all areas, and I think he's going to be a force to reckon with both down the line this year and certainly next year when you have to see him again. So not something you want to look forward to. In fact, you'll see him for 2 more years, so even worse as they groom the young sophomore at quarterback here. All right, Menepe says, I'm ready. Are you guys? Bly and Dario will again go deep for the Braves, and they get ready to take the kickoff. Kicking off from a little bit of a muddier side of the field here now. You have to be a little careful when he gingerly gets up to it now. And he kicks it nicely to Bly, and he drives Bly back to the 5-yard line. Bly lets it go over his head, and it goes into the end zone for a touchback. So a big night kicking for Menepe's side for the Red Tornadoes.
Well, I'll tell you what, Menepe's showed some great fortitude in his kicking last week down at Shamokin. He put quite a few of them into the end zone, which I think was a big surprise for everybody to see. You don't see that too often in high school, that's for sure. And what a great opportunity for our defense now, sitting on the 20-yard line rather than maybe having a run back down to the 40.
Yep. All right, Pope will bring him up. Same I formation, the same one guy split right, one guy left. He holds on to the ball, and he's going to run it himself as he finds some room. But this guy, Demko, says that is not going to happen. Number 29, Demko for the Red Tornadoes, and he makes a nice play for the Red Tornadoes.
And I think what the Pope's mistake was there is that he stopped running. I think he should have kept on running and either
you see the stop there.
Veered to the outside.
Kevin was all over him there.
Yeah, and take the hit on the move rather than stopping.
It brings up second, about 4 yards on the play. It'll bring up second down and 6 now as Pope will go under center once again here. And that play was kind of screwed up from the start there. And he gets buried. He gained no yards on the play. We'll call it, again, back to 3rd and 6 as he gets off the bottom of the ball. But Clokas is in there.
Stack.
So that play had some success in the end of the second quarter, but not doing well here in the third quarter.
Savitsky getting off the bottom of that pile that time.
And part of the problem right now is the Tornadoes do not respect the pass. They're not playing the pass. They're very tight in a tight defense because the Braves have not proven that they can throw the ball downfield. Now, we hand it off again. This one goes to Bly, and Bly goes nowhere on the play. Looks like Demko getting off the bottom of that area. So it's going to bring up 4th down, and now they're going to have to kick as the Red Tornado defense seems to have solved some of the problems they've had with this option offense here from the first half. In the second half, they're playing much better that way. The Dario 33 in for the kicking duties for the Braves. And, of course, Cody Dario, he's a junior, 5'10", 145-pounder, does a fine job of kicking for the Braves. Every time I say these guys' names, they're all juniors and sophomores, so this is a team that's definitely on the rise. Nice center snap, and he lets it rip, and he gets a good kickoff, and it goes to Lamb at the 45-yard line of the Red Tornadoes. Lamb down along the Red Tornadoes sideline, and he tries to make a cut, and he slips down at the 35-yard line of the Braves. And again, the whole third quarter being played here in that 35 yards in from the Brave goal line.
Yeah, Lamb that time, again, had a wash of white jerseys coming over towards him, and if he could have cut back, if that was a dry field and he would have cut back, he would have had some good yardage that time.
And the Braves will return to a more traditional Brave uniform that we had remembered from early on. The white with the white helmet, the purple stripe, and all. They're back a little bit the way they used to look. And this time it's going to be DeMarco with the ball. He takes it inside the 30 down to the 28-yard line.
Some good blocking on the right side of the offensive line for the Tornadoes that time. Of course, Steck, the stellar center, being there for the last 4 years. Number 50, James Goins, the right guard. The right tackle, number 70, Zach Lutz. Left guard, 66, Kyle Higgins. And the left tackle, number 14, Trevor Demko. The unsung heroes the football team.
We're going to give it to DeMarco again. DeMarco makes a nice cut. DeMarco, a full head of steam. And DeMarco barrels his way down to the Shikellamy Brave 15, where it's 1st and 10, Red Tornadoes. And either the Braves got tired or something's different about them, but they were playing with a little bit more intensity in that first half than they are right here now.
I think you're right. I think you take a look at their offense. I think Pope's a little tired. Wolf is a little tired, not running with that Christmas that they did at the beginning of this game.
All right, the Red Tornadoes come out. They'll leave Julius Demetrius as the lone back in back of Washleski. He has two guys split out to his right, and he has Minnick here on the short side of the field, but it's Demetrius. He has a big hole, and Demetrius takes it down and will go out of bounds down along the 5-yard line. He was pushed out there, down there by Tyler Pratt, number 2 for the Braves. But it looks like where they placed. Let me see where he finally says he went out of bounds, because he's very close to the first down. Let me see. I'm not sure if he can tell. He's looking all the way across the field, and he's going to say it is second down. It's going to second down and about a half a yard down at the Brave. It's just outside the Brave 5, and you've got to get it to the 5 for the first down. Again, that one-back offense, and this time we throw the ball, and he gets Lamb out there, and what a play down there. The guy that made that play work was 82, T.J. Hiroman. Yep. What a block by Hiroman. The freshman Lamb catches a 5-yard touchdown pass for the Red Tornadoes, and again, they have struck like lightning here against the Braves in the third quarter. It's 41-7 with the extra point to come. If he kicks the extra point, Wayne, it'll kick the mercy roll.
Yes, and maybe rightfully so at this point in time. What a better play to call, though, in that case there. You're giving it to Lamb to the outside, and with his quickness as a freshman yet, people just don't realize. You look at this team and look at the amount of talent on this team, and yet Lamb has now stepped up and is making a little niche in this offensive.
It's up and it is good, Wayne. So the mercy rule will now go into effect in this ball game. It's 42-7. There's 5:53 remaining in the third quarter, and you'll now begin to see the clock move a little bit more liberally here until the end of the game.
And you see all the referees gathering down on the left side down here and in north end zone, and they're saying the clocks continue to run.
Now for the fans who've been sitting in this rainstorm the whole night, they're not going to complain one way or the other. But the third quarter seems to be the Red Tornadoes' quarter here.
Yes.
Between last week and this week, they're unstoppable here in the third quarter of play. The Braves had absolutely no answer for them here. And, again, that offense can just strike from anywhere. As you were talking with Myron Lamb, the freshman, just a little swing pass. Now you have a second down and a couple of feet for the first down, and we throw a swing pass out into the flat to a freshman. And Hiroman, what a block by Hiroman. Yeah. And Hiroman really is the guy that springs him in to the end zone with that block. So it's just amazing. Hiroman, junior. So we'll see more of him, too. So a lot of weapons down here for the Red Tornadoes. Okay, Red Tornadoes get ready to let it rip, and he does, and he is cooking out very well. DeDario this time will take it at the 10. And DeDario tries to head up straight upfield, and he's got himself some room there, but he's going to be tackled.
Number Pulowski, Justin Pulowski, number 21. He gets him around the ankles and did not let him go.
So the ball's out to the 25-yard line, and that's where they'll start 1st and 10 in their offense. And again, they're going to have to kick it up a little bit here as it's 42-7 Tornadoes. You see the clock started already. I did not wait for the snap now. It's just started to run. That's part of the mercy rule here in high school football in Pennsylvania. As Pope will bring him under center. Again, he's on the option play. This time he's going to send it out there, and he does. And he shifts it out to a number 27. That's Sam Thomas. He's also a sophomore. Thomas, the first time we're seeing him in that tailback position here tonight.
T.J. Hiroman coming up from his corner position to make the tackle that time. Pick up of maybe about 2 yards. But we're starting to, the more you see the option, the more the kids react to it. You see now we're starting to cover Pope, and we're starting to cover the tail man also at the same time.
And 2nd down and 8 now for the Braves. And this time it goes to the quarterback again with the same pitch to Thomas, and Thomas picks up some yardage there. He'll be, I can't tell where he went out. He's going to be a little bit short of that first down when he finally goes down. But again, the tailback, and again, there's that pitch, making the decision when to pitch it.
Number 85, Mike Stakavich into the Tornado lineup.
It's going to be 3rd and 1 now for the Braves here. They're right around the 34. They need to get to the 35 for the first down. 3:56 and counting here in the 3rd quarter of play. And a quarterback keeper, and he's going to pick the first down up. He got his head over that 35-yard line and did a nice run. Pope, again, a very impressive quarterback, this Pope kid here. He's going to be something to watch. And again, for a sophomore, plays very, very heads-up football. He knows what he's doing. So he picks up the first down. That's the first down of the second half for the Braves. And they had 188 yards on the ground in the first half, so I mean they were moving the ball. Again, exact same formation. They don't change formation. They just do a lot of things from it. And it's Thomas, and Thomas got the pitch deep back, and Thomas got some room along that sideline. And Thomas, who's got some speed, will be brought down by Kovaleski. Not before he takes it over the 45-yard line.
Quinn McCracken, I think.
So Thomas got the corner over there, and he got himself along that sideline.
It looked like it was like a naked pitch out because he was the only one over there. He didn't even have any blockers in front of him.
Yep. He does pick up the first down, and there's a timeout. They moved the chain. Okay, they're just making the chains move there. Is that the Braves moving at a little bit of quicker pace right now in the ball game on offense. This time they give it to the up back, and he powers his way down to about the 49-yard line. Wolf for the Braves on the run down there. Big number 71 coming off the bottom of that pile for the Red Tornadoes, and that's Justin Augustine on the stop. Going into the lineup now, Dan Hood, number 73 for the Red Tornadoes.
Tornadoes making some substitutions here at this point.
2nd and 6 now, right around the 50-yard line for the Braves. And it's going to be Wolf, and Wolf on a nice run. He's finally stopped by McCracken.
An 82 that was. Number 82 is TJ.
That's Roman, not McCracken. It was 82, not 89. Got a little confused there. So Roman on the stop.
I'll tell you, you are right. Pope, only being a sophomore, is running this option play perfectly, actually. He's handing it off when he needs to, keeping it, pitching it. And this is, I'm telling you what, it's a risky situation with the amount of rain that's coming down now because it's raining pretty hard.
This time Pope goes back to pass in a rare moment, and he did hit Wolf, but he couldn't hold on to it. Again, that's the piece missing from this offense is that they just don't pass around. That time Pope did everything he was supposed to do. Wolf just couldn't hang on to it. And he'll bring up 2nd and 10 now from the Red Tornado, just outside the Red Tornado 40-yard line. 57 seconds and counting here in the 3rd quarter. We told you it would speed up considerably under the mercy rules here, and it has as we are nearing the end of the 3rd quarter. There'll be one more play here from the Braves. And Pope will hand this to Thomas, and Haroman once again on the stop. And have some help down there from the Red Tornadoes by Dietz.
Yep.
So it's 3rd down now.
Looks like number 73 in for the Tornadoes in the line position. Dan Hood in the defensive lineup. Mike Sinopoli, number 27, I think.
And a keeper by Pope, and Pope's in the open there at the 20-yard line. This time it's Morgan and Roman on the stop, but Pope takes it to the 20, and it's 1st and 10 Braves. A nice run by the quarterback.
Yeah, again, like I said, he has it seems like he has the intelligence when to keep that ball or when to hand off to.
Here you see him coming right at you. You
Yep.
can see how elusive he is. And then tries to hurdle over Morgan. And Roman comes in to help. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of the third quarter of play here at the Silver Bowl in Mount Carmel in this Heartland Conference contest. The score of the Red Tornadoes, 42. The Shikellamy Braves, 7. And we're going to change fields here. Give me a chance to talk about last week's game, the Shamokin area game, of course, the Mount Carmel Lions Club since 1963, I believe it was.
Yep.
When Mike Terry passed away on the bus, have dedicated the Mike Terry Award to 2 outstanding players from Mount Carmel area. Every Shamokin, it's the earliest ever. The earliest Shamokin game ever. It used to be Thanksgiving, and it was the last game. Then it moved to the 4th game, and now it's the 2nd game. So the committee had to work a little harder on this one, but they did choose 2 deserving players. The outstanding back in the 2008 Mike Terry Awards is going to be Marcus Washaleski for his performance last week in Shamokin area. The outstanding lineman is the big guy, Trevor Demko. He picks up the outstanding lineman award for the Mike Terry Awards for all of the Lions, myself included. Congratulations to those 2 gentlemen. We'll be seeing them at the award ceremony in January. This time we give it to the up back Wolf, and Wolf powers his way down to about the 15-yard line. Getting off the bottom of the pile for the Red Tornadoes.
34.
34. And we're going to give that to Cody Schustak. We'll give Lamb a little bit of help on there, too. Now the Braves threatening here as they are right at the 15-yard line of the Red Tornadoes here in the 4th quarter of play. Now he has 2 guys split out to the right. We've seen that only a couple of times in this game. But he says it's okay, I'm still not going to throw it. And maybe he should have, as the Red Tornadoes are all over the Braves on that play.
Of course, number 10, Adam Juraski, making the stop in there, along with, of course, number 48, Tommy Hynoski.
Sam Thomas, the ball carrier for the Braves, he picked up no gain on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 5 now from the Red Tornado 15-yard line. Back to that standard formation now with Wolf in front of Thomas. And they're going to give it to Thomas, and the Red Tornadoes bury him. Buried him. He's going to lose a yard on the play.
Samuel Thomas, the ball carrier, stopped in the backfield for a loss.
27, Mike Sonopoli made the initial hit that time and drove him back for, a 2-yard loss from the line of scrimmage.
So it's 4th down now as the Tornado defense has stiffened here.
Sonopoli's
7.
playing a nose guard position for the Tornadoes.
I guess we're going to
and
at
again.
this. Look at this. Now he still has the ball.
Yep.
But he's going nowhere. Number 10 for the Red Tornadoes. Adam Juraski buries Pope in the backfield. I mean, really buries him for a deep loss, and the Shikellamy Braves turned the ball over.
What happened there, you watched the replay of that, it was Sonopoli, Mike Sonopoli, number 27, coming from the nose guard position. He tackled Wolf
before the handoff
and had his hand on Pope at the same time, and Pope couldn't move away.
The Red Tornadoes have replaced their starting quarterback and have put in the game Eddie Stewart, the sophomore, has now entered the game for the Red Tornadoes. We'll try to keep up. I know that he has Karicki in back of him, big number 44, and it's Lamb behind him, but it's going to be a keeper by Stewart. He'll take it up over the 30-yard line, out to the 32-yard line on a quarterback keeper, and it's going to bring up 2nd down and about 5 for the Red Tornadoes. I'll try to keep you posted on everybody going in and out of this game now, as the Red Tornadoes have wholesale changes in their lineup.
Number 12 just came off the field, Anthony Rossi. We missed him going in.
All right, again, we'll have Stewart, Karicki, and Lamb in that Red Tornado backfield. This time we're going to pitch it to Lamb, And what a head of steam he has, and he's along the Red Tornado sideline. And let me see if he stepped out first. They're going to say that he stepped out on about the 44-yard line. It's 1st and 10 Red Tornadoes, and this second unit hasn't missed a beat here for the Red Tornadoes offensively.
Lamb is 5'10", 165 to have him listed, but tell you what, he gave a stiff for him. You think Julius Demetrius was giving it, and shook the defender off, the linebacker that time coming over, and picks up an extra 6-7 yards.
This time Stewart in a shotgun formation, but he keeps it. And Stewart will power his way down to the, let's like we're going to stick it right on the 50-yard line. So we can't go up or down, we're right at the 50.
Omar Berry, number 84, he was playing the defensive end position on the right side for the Braves, and he comes through and makes the tackle.
6-yard pickup on the play. It's going to bring 2nd down and 4 for the Red Tornadoes. Ball squarely on the midfield stripe here for the Red Tornadoes. 7:52 remaining in the ball game here at the Silver Bowl. And this time it's Karicki, and Karicki, a nice move, the fullback, as he cuts around the guy and takes it down to the 43-yard line, where it's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 2.
Yep.
Number 45 into the Red Tornado lineup.
Again, more people going into the lineup for the Red Tornadoes now.
Number 50.
Rossi back into the game.
Yeah, 57, it looks like the center, Abumar, he's in. No, he's playing the right guard position, I'm sorry.
Lamb on the carry. What a block by Karicki. And Lamb's loose on the sideline down there. He's finally going to be brought down for the Braves down there by Zach Deibler, but a big run by Lamb. And you can see the depth of this Red Tornado offense. There are certainly some excellent younger players, much like the Braves. You know, the Braves are another young team. Now, not as many seniors as the Red Tornadoes, obviously. The Red Tornadoes have the largest amount of seniors that we can ever remember at 25, but you can see where there's not going to be a big drop-off after this year for the Red Tornadoes. There's a lot of young kids here, have some real talent.
Number 63, Jared Pollock, playing the left guard or left tackle position.
Quarterback keeper, and Stewart is still on his feet. And Stewart will pick up the 1st down inside the Braves 20 down to the Braves 17. In the backfield that time for the Tornadoes. I didn't get a chance to say his name because the play went off so quick. Was number 31, Billy Hoskins, was in the backfield actually for the Red Tornadoes. And you can see how exciting this Stewart kid is at quarterback, the sophomore. Brings a whole different dimension to an offense when he's in there.
Number 51-65, Mike Purcell is in.
Okay, Hoskins will line up in that fullback spot. And they're going to give it to Lamb again, and they're going to ask Lamb to get around that corner. And he's done a pretty good job of doing that, as he'll be taken out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. We'll say he's down about the 13 when he finally, he's actually further down the line. So let me see where 13. Let's call it the 13. So he's out of bounds at the 13-yard line. It'll be 2nd down. 2nd down and about a long 6, we'll call it for the Red Tornadoes. 5:44 in the game now.
78, the right tackle. That's Mitchell Matalavich.
Let's give it to Myrick one more time. Again, a crushing blow by Karicki. What a blocker this Karicki kid is, 44 down there. I'll tell you what, he doesn't miss when he gets his sights on somebody.
He's only a sophomore, 6 foot, 185 pounds.
All right, it's 3rd down and 1 now for the Red Tornadoes. They set the ball down inside the 10-yard line at the 8.
Number 38 and 32, John Ronapaitis.
And this time the ball goes to a new back down in there, Stewart. Other Stewart.
Yep. Number 4, although he slipped on the turf as soon as he got back up to the line of scrimmage.
Well, I shouldn't say the other Stewart. He just moved the tailback. Now he comes out. See, Stewart just moved. Eddie Stewart moved from quarterback to tailback on that play.
McFadden is the quarterback.
McFadden's the quarterback now. Brian McFadden. And he's number 11 is a freshman also. He gives it to Shoestack, and Shoestack trying to make that final turn. Let me see if they're going to put him in.
No.
He looked like he went in. I'll be truthfully, it would be hard for the ref to tell whether he went in because nobody was standing on the goal line on that one. So I don't know how they made that call. But they're going to say that Shoestack was stopped at the 1 yard line. So it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal now from just inside the 1 yard line as McFadden brings the play in to the huddle. And we're going to leave 44 Karicki, the lone back in the backfield, and there's an offside penalty on the Red Tornadoes. I really thought he got in there, to tell you the truth, but nobody was. I don't know how they were going to tell that because nobody was on the side of the watching that goal line. So they're going to move the ball back 5 yards. It'll come out just past the 5 yard line, where it'll still be first down, and it'll be 1st and goal from inside the 6 as McFadden trots into that huddle. He's going to leave Karicki again as the lone back in there.
Corey Nolter, number 84, is the wide receiver.
Threw a pass, and he was trying to hit number 48 there, Tommy Hajnowski, but just couldn't get to him. And it brings up 2nd down now for the Red Tornadoes. You know, it's amazing as the game winds down. The rain finally began to let up a little bit. It's down to a mere drizzle now after the entire game of raining.
Number 49, Joe DeAndrea, is in for the Tornadoes. Splits far left.
You pitch out now to the Red Tornadoes as he turns himself inside. I don't know if he got in or not.
Ball's out
ball
on
carrier
the
was
ground,
Shoestack, and the ball hit the ground as Shoestack hit the ground. They're running right along the goal line. He's got to be awful close if we held on to it, and we did. So it's Mount Carmel ball, and they're going to set it down. I can't tell. Let me see where they're in that mud down there. It's about the 1 yard line. So it's 3rd and goal from the 1.
Number 32, John Remakaitis. He's a freshman coming in.
All right, we go to a 1 back here. We leave the big guy, Karicki, in the backfield behind McFadden. Let me give it to Karicki. We're going to tell Karicki to take it in, and Karicki took it in. Touchdown. A 1 yard run by number 44 for the Red Tornadoes, Tyler Karicki. And the Red Tornadoes have scored again here, and it's 48-7. Can't be 48-7. What was it? Was it 48-7? What was it before?
I wasn't paying attention.
It had to be, maybe 42. Okay, yeah. And we take a knee. We don't try the extra points. 2nd week in a row now. The Red Tornado team has knelt down on the extra point attempt. And so the score will remain the Red Tornadoes 48, the Braves 7 here. There is 2:33 remaining in the football game, and it was all Red Tornadoes in the second half, and that's kind of a theme for them this season, as they played well in the first half, but the second half they were lights out. They just limited the Braves to almost nothing.
Yeah, defensively we came out and stood our ground in the second half, but again, you take a look at the specialty teams, the returns in the 3rd quarter had put us in great field position, down within striking range to score, and that's what happened.
So Remakaitis, 32 for the Red Tornadoes, will go in and do the kickoff duty. We saw him do this one time last week against the Indians. So he'll take over the kicking duties. He's the heir apparent to the Lou Groza tribute kicker, Matt Pace. And the Braves are ready to set themselves up in receiving fashion. You got number 2 down there, Pratt and Thomas, 27. Down deep now for the Braves. They've got some different kids in their lineup also. A nice kick down to the 22-yard line where Wolf picks it up. And Wolf looking for some room there, and Wolf will finally be brought down. It's a nice play down there by number 14 for the Red Tornadoes. He made a great play.
Trevor Demko.
No. He's not Trevor Demko. I don't know who 14 is. Was that 14 that came off the pile?
Oh,
that's not
yes,
him.
It was. Okay, hold on.
Yeah, that's not him.
Okay.
I don't know if we know who 14 is. He's not on my list here.
Because Trevor Demko was 65.
Yeah, I know it wasn't. He's out of the game already, but I don't know who 14 was. So maybe Jose does, because 14's right here in front of us. So he's definitely playing. I just don't know who he is. All right, the quarterback now for the Braves is Pratt. He goes into the lineup and starts at quarterback now. And he's going to do an inside handoff to the up guy. We'll see when they unpile him who that up guy was, and it looks like it's number 37, Dibler.
Billy Hoskin, number 31, making the tackle that time for the Tornadoes.
Minute 35 remaining here in the football game.
Brett Osowski, number 15, in playing the linebacker position.
Again, Pratt on a keeper this time. It was a full keeper the whole time. He wasn't going anywhere, but he didn't have to. He's brought down in there by number 3, actually.
Minnick.
The Red Tornadoes. Minnick on the stop. You get these 4 guys coming in here now. You get a
number 53, and hopefully Koloshinsky. 59, Joe Durr.
Rumakainis came back in there, too, on that play, as he's back in that lineup. I believe 56 rolled past me there, too.
Where we have no 56.
It wasn't him. Under a minute to play now as Pratt goes under center for the Braves. Goes into the tailback, and the tailback makes a nice
cut right there.
And a nice run by number 11, number 11 for the Braves, and that's Casey Schaefer on the carry. 40 seconds, the clock stops momentarily as they move the...
Kenny Klinger, number 83, making the tackle for the Tornadoes.
59, Joe Dare. He was the guy that I saw go in there.
Yep.
Again, the deep back Dibler, number 11. Or Schaefer, I'm sorry. Schaefer, number 11 for the Braves. A nice carry by Schaefer. He runs with a head of steam, that guy, too. But time looks like it's going to run out here. I do not know if the Braves are going to be able to get another play off.
DeAndrea Matakaitis, Gabe Matakaitis, number 61, is reported in for the Tornadoes. But
that's it, ladies and gentlemen. The Braves decided not to run that last play. And that is the end of the ball game here in this Heartland Conference contest between the Red Tornadoes and the Braves, with the Red Tornadoes coming away with their 3rd straight victory of the season, 48-7 over the Braves. The Braves drop to 0-3 on the season now, and they'll have to turn it around, but I don't think it's going to be that hard, to tell you the truth.
No, I don't think so.
I really don't.
I think, like you said, they're lacking the pass. When you only have to protect against the run, you can just pull your guys in and just sort of man-to-man coverage on the wide receivers.
All right, folks, we get ready for Jose to get down with the stats and all. Let me quickly go over the WKMC TV staff here that makes this all possible. And the graphics tonight were done by Jessica Mann. The cameras are manned by Robin Hampton, main camera up here with us, Aaron McPhee, Matt Shern, Cody Minnick, and Tyrus Twine. Grips were Cassie Troutman, Nicole Purcell, Callie Hummel, Josh Tomati. The photographers tonight were Val Bendis and Paige Schaffler. Master Control, Dave Hummel. And, of course, the whole thing brought together, well, actually the webcast brought together by Gary Tresker.
Yep.
He was in charge of the webcast tonight for you guys who are out there on the web. And, of course, Dave McPhee is the glue behind this entire, I don't know what to call it right now, but he's the glue behind whatever it is. It's this big like ball of yarn that keeps unraveling in front of him all the time. But those are the people, folks, that make it all happen and bring this show to you. Again, you catch WKMC TV every Wednesday night during the football season on both Channel 13 and Channel 100. And you catch us at 8 o'clock in the evening. And that will continue as long as the Red Tornadoes are playing football this season. So a big win for the Red Tornadoes. Truly offensively a display, which, they really put it on tonight. I don't think there's a lot of hitches in this offense right now they have to worry about. Defensively, They played very well in the second half. Now, again, they got 188 yards put on them in the first half of running. The Braves were definitely in the ball game at that point, so they probably will discuss that a little bit. But I think it was a good running game. I think that Bly kid kept you on your toes all the time, and I think Pope had a fantastic football game. I really
for
do.
a sophomore, we were looking for the senior to come in to be the quarterback, but that did not happen. And I'll tell you what, Coach for Shikellamy needs to be ecstatic about the way Pope played tonight. I think he just did an outstanding job for the Shikellamy Braves. He ran that option play very, very well. He knew when to hand it off, when to keep, and when to pitch. And, those types of teams are the tough teams to defend against. And we had seen that in the first half a little bit until we adjusted. We adjusted in the second half, and everything was fine. Yeah,
absolutely. Again, if you're a Heartland Conference foe of the Braves going forward here, you got to be a little bit worried here. This is, although the score doesn't reflect it, this is a very good football team. And in the first half, they were in that first half the whole time. I said they're young. They need to get a passing attack. Picture that offense when you got to worry about the pass.
Yes.
Tonight they didn't have to worry about it. He was not going to pass the ball that often. He might have went back, 4 or 5 times maybe in the whole evening. So that was not a threat. And, of course, that puts that defense tighter to the ball and gives that option a little bit harder time. But if they can start throwing the ball a little bit, they are going to be one tough group to reckon with, going down the season. So it's a case where if you're a Red Tornado fan, you're glad you're past them, and you're past them early.
Yes.
Because I think in that 9th and 10th game, they're going to be ugly when it comes to playing them.
And that isn't a small team over there on the sidelines either. It's one of the larger teams that we're going to see this year.
Oh, yeah.
Size-wise.
Yeah, they were a big team and well coached. And, again, that's a hallmark of their new coach, Sam Stroh.
Yep.
We know what he can do, and I think he's going to turn this program that's been it's been moribund for quite some time. I think he's on the verge of turning this thing around pretty quickly. So we look forward to them going. I said we wish them the best luck. They will enter, if they get into the playoffs, we can easily wish them luck because they'll go into a AAA playoff. So we don't have to worry about seeing them again in the playoffs. So we do wish them luck going forward, and hopefully we're going to read about them turning the season around. We are getting ready now for the second half stats, and actually maybe we'll have Jose give the whole game stats because we're at the end of the game.
Good.
You ready? You're going to do that?
Can we start off with moribund?
I threw that in there. I didn't think anybody caught that one.
Oh, I caught it. I want you to spell it first and then give a full description.
That's just not right now.
Shikellamy. And you know what? I heard you talking a little bit. They're going to be an offense to be reckoned with down the road someplace, and maybe not this year yet, but this kid's a heck of a quarterback and did a great job hiding the football and moving it around. Well, you hear this. 37 rushes, 254 yards.
Wow.
On the ground for Shikellamy.
That's impressive.
It is impressive. It's the most that anybody had since last year on us, and I think it might have been the Selinsgrove game. But great job by Shikellamy on the ground, and we're going to have to work on some things there. 0 of 5 passing, that equal it out a little bit. 12 first downs. For Mount Carmel, 38 rushes for 313 yards on the ground.
Wow.
8 of 14 passing for 112 for a total offense of 425 yards. 18 first downs. I told you individually it's going to be a little bit of a mess, and I can't
that's fine.
Some of those guys in, but I know Eddie Stewart and Myrick had a great fourth quarter here. But the interesting thing to me tonight was that Marcus completed passes to 6 different receivers, 8 in the first game, 6 last game, 6 this game. A total of 10 different receivers have caught the ball this year. Most we've ever had is 11. So I think that that diversification on offense is really impressive. Matty Moreau's his 13-game streak ended tonight without a catch. But you can't. You got to look at him, and he's demanding coverage from other people, allowing other people to be open. And it's just part of this offense.
Now, Jose, when you take a look at Moreau's, though, I think I would give up the 13 games and look at the specialty teams, his receiving of punts in the last 2 games, where he has put this team 3 times, I think, down at Shamokin, or 2 and 3 times up here, down inside the 20-30 yard line. And to me, that makes a bigger difference than a 13-game reception.
And tonight, Myrick added himself into that mix on punt returns, too. Yep. And this kid's going to be exciting. But you're right. I think our return game, and Coach Chickatano is going to be real happy, is really very good this year. I think we've really added another dimension to what we can do with the football, and I think that's going to help us much greater down the road than it is now. Even Colin Menepace, 6 for 6 tonight.
He had a heck of a game tonight.
But, you know, I was looking at some of his kickoffs, and I didn't realize that I was lining up farther down. And the last two, I'm thinking, oh, boy, he missed this one, 51 and 52 yards.
Yeah.
I was just lined up deeper, you know, and he put 2 in the end zone tonight. So just an awesome job by Colin again tonight. A lot of guys on defense. I think I want to single out Kevin Demko. You know, kid missed the whole year last year, and we didn't know what we were going to have with him, and they were counting on him to be the free safety, but he had a career game tonight. It's just miserable at the way the weather is with my stats, and I can't really see everything, but he must have had at least 10 tackles tonight, and he was all over the place and just did a great job out there tonight. I'm really happy that after that injury, and he's come back to really contribute and be an integral part of this football team.
Jose, real quick, we talked quickly about the Mount Carmel Lions Club. Of course, we awarded the award for the Mike Terry Awards last week, and I wanted two things I wanted to say there. We'll talk about who we awarded them to because you were part of that. But without your stats, that would not be an easy task for us. We rely on you year in and year out. Of course, we meet at my house, and the committee sits down and watches the game again and goes over the tape and looks at everything. But without your statistics, it would be a little more difficult. So I wanted to say thank you again. I know we sometimes forget to say that, but I appreciate it. And it was a tough one to pick. It was a very close pick this year as far as who we were trying to look at, and it was almost a shame that we couldn't get more than 2 out for as well as we did. And of course, Marcus Washaleski winning the offensive back, and Trevor Demko coming up and winning the down lineman award for this year. So I want to say thank you, and I know that you agreed with those picks after hearing who they were.
After hearing who they were, yeah, you know, and we could have talked about Chris Steck, we could have talked about Colin Menepace, we could have talked about so many other people last week.
McCullum, Rose, there were so many.
And I think those picks are just representative of what kind of team this is this year, and I think they're going to accept their awards on behalf of their teammates and know that they were just a part of what made that game special last week. And what you guys do, the Lions also, is just special. I think it's a motivation for these kids, and I know they look forward to winning that award and how prestigious it really is.
Yeah, we're very happy to be part of it. It's the longest running individual award.
1962.
60, is it 2 or 3? I'm not sure when.
Well, the 62 football season, Ronnie Grossman won the first
Ronnie
award.
was the first one, yes.
Yeah. And that was controversial. There were so many people had great games against Shamokin that year, but it goes back to then, and it's just been a great tradition over the years. And congratulations on the Lions Club for doing such a great job.
Oh, thank you. Well, we look forward now to our first meeting of a team in this Heartland Conference we've never seen before. The Warriors of Warrior Run will visit us here in a couple days' time here. And we will look forward to a new team, welcoming a new rivalry, and seeing what the Warriors, of course, beat this Brave team in overtime in the opening game of the season. So
I think that'd be an interesting game now, though, with this offense, the way they've kicked it in.
Yeah, I said we were saying I don't want to see Shikellamy in game 8 or 9 here.
No, we're lucky. The scheduling has really worked out for us. Selinsgrove early, the Shikellamy early. Now we still have to deal with Southern later. But we'll see how that works out. But so far, so good.
Yeah, so far, thank you to the Heartland Conference. We're very happy the way it turned out. All right, Jose, we appreciate again all your help. We'll see you in a couple days' time.
Right. Thanks, Warren, Wayne.
See ya.
Take care.
Okay, gang, we're going to wrap it up here from the Silver Bowl. Another big win for the Red Tornadoes as they go 3-0, beat the Braves 48-7. We'll see you, as we talked about, in a little while in 2 days' time down at the Warrior Run game here in the Silver Bowl, welcoming a foe that we have never faced, has never been on the field here. So we look forward to starting that rivalry up and seeing how that goes. And again, I will mention to you before we leave that this has been a sports presentation of WKMC TV. 40 years of broadcast excellence. See you on Friday.